Ava, are you okay? Sandra and Robert burst into Ava's hospital room and rushed over to her bedside. Mom? Dad? As soon as Ava saw them, she burst into tears. Sandra patted Ava's hand, trying to comfort her. What happened, my darling? Who did this to you? Was it that no-good husband of yours? Sandra glared at Aiden, who was sitting in a chair next to Ava's bed. He had been at her side since they arrived at the hospital. Ava shook her head. No, it wasn't Aiden. These gangsters almost hit me with their car, and then they tried to kidnap me. I was so scared I fainted. I really thought I was going to die. Ava's terror was still clearly visible on her face. Sandra gasped and clutched at imaginary pearls. It sounds so frightening. How did you manage to escape? I can't remember, Ava said, rubbing her bandaged head. I passed out, and then when I woke up, I was here. Charlotte knew one of the guys. I guess she must have talked them out of it. When Ava said this, Aiden felt relieved. He was worried his wife had seen or heard something that would give away his identity as the tiger. Well, it looks like she didn't stop them soon enough. Robert said with a scowl. What did they do to your head? I swear, if I find the men who did this, I'll... She hit her head when she passed out, Aiden explained. That's how she got hurt. Robert and Sandra both turned toward Aiden with hatred burning in their eyes. And where were you? Why didn't you stop this? What were you doing the whole time this was happening? Sandra asked, her voice laced with accusation. Robert nodded. You should have taught those hoodlums a lesson. When Ava hit her head, my only concern was getting her to the hospital as soon as possible, Aiden said truthfully. He didn't want to lie to his in-laws, so he just left out the part where he annihilated Isaac and his men. It's better for them to think I did nothing than find out who I really am. All of my worst fears about you are now confirmed, Sandra hissed. You're completely worthless. Not only are you a loser, but you're a coward too. Robert nodded. I'm very disappointed in you, Aiden. Man up. As sick as he was of their abuse, Aiden decided it was better to say nothing for now. He stood up and walked to the door. I'll let you both have a minute alone with Ava. Call me if you need anything. As Aiden stepped out of the room into the corridor, he saw Charlotte walking toward him from the opposite direction. Has she woken up yet? Charlotte asked nervously. Aiden nodded. Yeah. Charlotte let out a sigh of relief. Good. When I saw that look on your face, I thought something bad had happened. Aiden suddenly realized he was still scowling from the stress of dealing with his in-laws. He relaxed his jaw. No. Thankfully, Ava's fine. But her parents just got here and they blamed everything on me, as usual. Did you tell them what you did? How you fought off Isaac and his crew single-handedly? Seriously, Aiden, it was amazing to see you in action. So hot. Charlotte batted her eyelashes. Great, Aiden thought. Ava didn't see anything, but Charlotte did. Is that really any better? I don't think it would make any difference if I told them, he said with a shrug. Don't worry. I'll tell them what happened, Charlotte volunteered. They'll listen to me. She started walking toward Ava's room, but Aiden grabbed her arm. Charlotte, wait. Please don't tell them anything. Why not? What's the big deal? If you tell them about your fighting skills, they might stop seeing you as a useless person. Charlotte was staring into Aiden's eyes, studying him closely. Charlotte seems innocent enough, but her curiosity could still cause trouble. She knew that Isaac worked for Dominic. If I'm not careful, she might figure out who the tiger is too. I have to come up with a good excuse quickly. It's pointless talking to Ava's parents because our relationship is hopeless, Aiden began. Ava and we're not a good match. We have nothing in common, but we're stuck together at the moment, so I'm trying to keep things peaceful until I can figure out a way out of this. If her parents think I'm worthless, it'll be easier to break things off when the time is right. As of right now, her grandfather is the only one who wants us to stay together, and I'd like to keep it that way. Charlotte squinted her eyes, as if deciding whether or not to believe him. I guess that makes sense. Are you sure you're not hiding something from me? Where did you learn to fight like that? Aiden shrugged. I'm an orphan, so I had to learn to fight to survive. I've been dealing with bullies all my life. At school, on the playground, at the orphanage, in the streets, everywhere. I never wanted to fight anyone, but I had no choice. And to be honest, I wish I never had to fight anyone again. It's not something I'm proud of. Aiden bowed his head, not because he was ashamed, but because he knew that if Charlotte looked into his eyes at that moment, she would know that he was lying. Okay. Don't worry, I won't say anything. Let's go in and see Ava. Aiden let out a sigh of relief, then followed Charlotte into the room. A few minutes later, a doctor arrived to check on Ava. He flipped through her charts and checked her vitals. There's nothing to worry about, the doctor assured them. Looks like Ava just had a mild panic attack. Oh, that's wonderful news, doctor, Sandra said, exchanging a relieved look with her husband. When can I go home? Ava asked weakly. The doctor smiled. You're free to go home tonight. Oh, thank God, Ava sighed. All I want to do right now is sleep, but can't wait to be back in my own bed. I'll have the nurses prepare your discharge paperwork right away, the doctor promised on his way out. After they left the hospital, Charlotte said goodnight, and Aiden helped Ava into her parents' car. Mind if I catch a ride with you guys? Aiden asked Robert and Sandra, after making sure Ava was comfortable. Sandra turned her nose up at him. Not a chance. You can find your own way home. Let's go, Robert. Robert turned to leave, but stopped suddenly. He pulled a set of car keys out of his pocket and tossed them to Aiden. These are Ava's car keys. Do something useful for a change and bring her car home for her. Aiden nodded. I will, Robert. Thanks. Ava's parents are both jerks, but at least Robert didn't abandon me here completely. He found Ava's car, got into the driver's seat, and started the engine. Who am I kidding? The Stone family is never going to accept me. Unless I tell them that I'm the tiger. But if that ends up being the only reason they accept me, I'll know they don't deserve to be my family. I have to keep trying to find another way to convince them. For some reason, Aiden was dreading the thought of going back home to his lonely room in the staff quarters at that moment. If only there was something he could do to kill some time, someone he could talk to. Suddenly, he remembered Lara's phone number in his pocket. I almost completely forgot. I promised to call Lara. I better do it before I get home. He pulled out his Tiger cell phone and dialed. If you had taken any longer to call, I would have killed you, Lara said when she picked up. Her sultry voice sent chills up Aiden's spine. His eyebrows arched in surprise. How did you know it was me? I've never called you before. Because no one else has my permission to call, and no one calls without my permission, Lara threatened. I'm honored, Naomi. Truly honored, Aiden teased. By the way, I forgot to tell you yesterday. I can't believe how grown up you look. Don't call me Naomi. Lara seemed dead serious, but Aiden found himself unable to resist poking the bear. Why not? Isn't that your name? No, not anymore. The Tiger Group is my life, and everyone in the Tiger Group knows me as Lara, not Naomi, just like everyone knows you as the Tiger. Aiden nodded. Fair point. But what about when we're alone? You will always be my Naomi, and I will always be your Aiden. Lara was silent. For a moment, Aiden thought she had hung up. What are you doing right now? She asked suddenly. If you're free, you should come over. Uh-oh. What have I gotten myself into? Aiden wondered. I didn't think flirting with Lara would lead to anything. Is this a booty call? Between Ava and Charlotte, I already have my hands full. But I don't want to go home. Lara's invitation is hard to resist. What should I do? Will Aiden go to Lara's house, or will he go back home to Ava? And will Charlotte keep his secret?
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.